If you can understand that there's only one true disease and two causes, we can address everything. What cell is it? Let's give it what it needs, and then let's get rid of what it doesn't need, right? Whether it's mercury or cadmium or thallium or whatever chemical you might be burdened with, let's detox. And most people, I would say 99.9% of people can overcome everything and anything. We're a new human being every 7 years. So
Yeah, and it's
that's a mouthful, but that's my basic model of health.
And that's why I said we got to split this into two parts, because you can't get everything in one. And some people do, but I think just for my audience, because they like me, like let's break it up. Because there's some podcasts that go for 2 hours, and but I think this one we need to break up. So let me ask you this. So I already mentioned going raw. Like I said, trying to start off with maybe doing a day a week, maybe try to do even where you get to the point where you can do 3 days consecutively, maybe at least once a month. So I remember before we get into that, I will say I remember Tiffany Montgomery years ago when the pandemic was, pandemicing. And I remember people would get upset with her. And in some cases, these were like diehard Christians would be so upset with her when they would say, "Oh, can you pray for my cousin, my mom? They have, the sickness." And she said, "I sure will." And so many people got offended by that and was like, "How dare you say that? And that's why I'm saying all these gems, I really am splitting into two parts, because like the meme, we go back to the meme which said, if and when another sickness plagues the earth, I hope that you all are prepared, because that was the drill and y'all failed. Them people played y'all like a fiddle, and you fell for everything. It split families up. People wouldn't even hug their families because, oh, you're this. And, some people will say they got it, and I watched my parents or my grandparents die from it. But let's call a spade a spade. They already had high blood pressure. They already had high cholesterol. They already had diabetes. And then they continue to eat the junk that they had been eating for 60 years. So it was, I'm not saying they deserved it.
Yeah, the two biggest causes, real quick, of COVID, C-19, which it's going to happen in the future, was one, obesity, but that wasn't the biggest cause of COVID, of C-19 deaths. And fear causes your cortisol to then override your immune system, and your immune system to decrease. So many things go wrong with just fear. And you looked at the media, you looked at government, you looked at every single person, and then just to think of how our kids were damaged, right? Not seeing people's facial expressions, right?
So now, could you share some health practices for my audience or routines that have significantly impacted your own well-being? Besides, we already mentioned raw.
So there's 3 things I think everyone needs. And I hate saying that because we are not boot fit alls, right? We're all unique individuals that need different things. But number one, a multivitamin. No matter how much, like if we were in the 70s and 80s talking, Izzy, I would say just eat a good raw diet, and you would be getting the amount of nutrients you actually can need for life and for survival, and to get rid of the toxins and things like that. But anymore, we just our food system is so mass grown. It's so rapidly grown that they're not repleting the soil with all the nutrients that the plants need. So the plants may look healthy, but they're not giving us all of the phytonutrients and the things that we need. So right. A good multivitamin. I mean, and like I said, don't take a $4 one. Like, honestly, if you're getting a multivitamin that's like $30 to $50, it's probably in the right field of what you need. Okay. Multivite. Second one is a probiotic. Our guts are just destroyed. Okay. From the antibiotics that are in our meats. Okay. Pesticides kind of work like antibiotics for our gut as well. Okay. They kind of just destroy bacteria. And so everything we're doing is just toxic to our gut. And they're saying that our gut is our second brain. There's a nerve that connects our gut to our brain called the vagus nerve.